Tell me, what's going on? Don't say you have nothing to do with Xie Yan. Please forgive me, branch master, I do have a relationship with Xie Yan. Xie Yan and I belong to the same family, the Ji family in Jiangnan. He's my cousin. Among the younger generation of the Ji family, Xie Yan is the most outstanding one. Xie Yan is a very arrogant guy and the family members his age aren't fond of him. Anyway, the two of us have never been on good terms, so to keep him out of my sight, I simply ran away from home, joined the Mo Qing sect and seldom return. Arrogant, aren't fond of him, actually, they're just losers who are jealous of Mr. Perfect. In my past life there were many losers who said I was arrogant too. I don't know what possessed me, I'm already a disciple of the Mo Qing sect, but I'm still dwelling on the past, even trying to use the sect to suppress Xie Yan. I have committed a grave sin, branch master, please punish me. That's the way, I like to hear the truth. Branch master, I healed your face, but the same mistake isn't to happen again, do you hear me? Thank you, branch master, I'll never do it again. Okay, tell me about the relationship between Xie Yan and Xie Yan. The capture of Yan Jia is Xie Yan's business. But Xie Yan is actively participating as a disciple of the Tai Shen sect. Don't tell me they're having an affair. It's a long story, so I'll start with the Buddhist Xinzhai which Xie Yan belongs to. The Buddhist Xinzhai is the oldest sect in the Han Empire, rumored to possess a 1,000-year-old inheritance. The reason why the Buddhist Xinzhai has lasted through the ages is that, in addition to its own inheritance of mysterious skills, it has the support of someone else. Legend has it that every 100 years, a reincarnated saint from the primordial god star will appear in the Han Empire, who will lead the way in unifying the righteous and the demonic. And every 100 years, the Buddhist Xinzhai will assign a descendant to seek this reincarnated individual. Xie Yan is the descendant of this generation. Xie Yan has traveled around the world with many young talents, and Xie Yan is the one who has spent the most time with her. Many believe that Xie Yan is the reincarnation of this generation. However, I believe that this claim was mostly spread by Xie Yan himself, for the purpose of courting Xie Yan. So did Xie Yan ever get to court Xie Yan? I don't think so. No matter how outstanding Xie Yan is, Xie Yan has already seen many who are just like him. Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't think they were behaving very intimately, so I guess they're just friends. Alright, no more gossip, I'm somewhat interested in what Xie Yan said today. Keep an eye on those local big shots, and pay special attention to when Xie Yan and the others will attack Yan Jia. Understood, I'll get right on it. I can't wait to see it. How much talent does Xie Yan truly have in comparison to his reputation? 2 days later, it turns out that Yan Jia has been hiding in Head Wu's Rujian, disguised as a traveling merchant. This guy really knows how to conceal his presence, since he hasn't left Xufeng for so many days. The surrounding population has been dispersed, right? Don't worry, Yan Jia is the only one left in this vicinity besides us. So what if Yan Jia's martial arts are great, not as much as a peep happens in Xufeng without me knowing? Come on, if Xie Yan hadn't given you 3 suspicious locations to investigate, would you even know where Yan Jia was hiding? Then Yan Jia wouldn't have been found without me. If Head Wu is so tough, why didn't you go ahead and capture Yan Jia with your own hands? Manager Fong must be joking. Finding Yan Jia's location was just a way to please Xie Yan. Whether it's the Tai Shen sect, the Buddhist Xinzhai, or the Mo Qing sect, they're all outsiders to us. And since they're outsiders, what's the rush to help? We just need to maintain our relationship. That's exactly right. Now, we just have to stand aside and watch the show. You have a show going on, yet you didn't even call me. It's just the capture of Yan Jia, what's there to see? And if we're going to talk about something to look at, wouldn't it be much better to look at Branch Master Xie? If it was just someone as insignificant as Yan Jia, there'd be really nothing to see. But, the moon tonight is nice. Yan Jia, it's pointless to hide any longer, come out. Xie Yan, you're really just like a ghost that refuses to leave. You're going to all this trouble for that bitch Xie Yan. How rude, but since you're about to die. I'll let you indulge yourself for a while. Someone's locking me with their spiritual power. Wait, it's not coming from Xie Yantao's direction, it's coming from the sky. A clear sword intent untouched by worldly affairs. It's Xie Yan's celestial intuition sword technique. But if I got away from you once, I'll get away again. Is that the mantra of the 6 demonic desires? I wonder if it can match the Buddhist Shinzai's martial art, the celestial intuition sword technique. It's said that the mantra of the 6 demonic desires is an esoteric technique from the second demonic sect, the Xinmo sect. And even though it's incomplete, you can still feel its bizarreness. The so-called 6 desires, seeing, hearing, smelling, speaking, touching, and thinking, are human survival instincts themselves. And the purpose of the mantra of the 6 demonic desires is to hone one's will by continuously confronting these 6 desires. Ultimately, one can cut off and even control these 6 desires, and let one's spirit transcend the mundane. Those who've successfully practiced the mantra of the 6 demonic desires can control other people's 6 desires so that they can't see, hear, smell, speak, feel or think. And those who completely master it can even manifest their 6 desires just like now. However, it's still not as good as Xie Yan's astounding sword technique. The mantra of the 6 demonic desires can control other people's 5 senses and even materialize one's own 6 desires to attack enemies. If it was me who had to capture Yan Jie, I'm afraid I'd not necessarily be a match for him. The so-called 5 beauties and 4 princes are really quite powerful. Moreover, I feel that she's attracting me again. Xie Yan. One day I'll figure out the secret behind the thing around your neck. It seems that while I was tirelessly healing my wounds, Xie Yan's power has improved further. It's unfortunate that the mantra of the 6 demonic desires I've learned is incomplete. Without the desire to think mantra, I can't put up a good fight against her sword attacks. And if I were to just turn around and flee, under the celestial intuition sword technique spiritual lock, there's no way for me to dodge, hide, or live. Only when I get rid of the spiritual lock can I use that move. Yan Jie has already practiced the 5 desires combination illusory body. No wonder he was able to escape from Xie Yan before. The so-called 6 desires are actually related to the 6 mortal forms, and can be considered as an integral part of the foundation of human beings. And if you can completely control the 6 desires, you can give birth to a body from your own mind and live anew. If you can control 5 of the 6 desires, you'll be able to detach from your own being to create an illusory body that can break free from the spiritual lock. It's truly unfathomable. Oh no, it looks like Yan Jie's going to run away again. Xie Yantao, it's time for you to take action. It's really unpleasant to use this move, since it's more painful than just taking a sword blow from her. But at least I can save my life with it, so it's better than nothing. Xie Yantao, oh, Xie Yantao, regardless of how brilliant you are, you never imagined I'd be able to practice the 5 desires combination illusory body, right? The 2 of you won't be enough to kill me today. This is the true heavenly mantra of the primordial god. I've kept you waiting, junior martial sister Xie. What's going on? This is the Tai Xian sect's true heavenly mantra of the primordial god. It's that Xie Yantao, his true heavenly mantra of the primordial god, can spiritually suppress its victims. It's a devious technique designed to subdue demonic practitioners. I never thought that Xie Yantao had already practiced the true heavenly mantra of the primordial god. My death was inevitable. Xie Yantao was so formidable that my legs are still shaking. Xie Daoyun isn't far behind. She swiftly locked Yan Jie's real body once more and cut him down with her sword. Both of them are especially gifted. Fortunately, we haven't offended them with our usual niceties. Branch Master, are you all right? I'm fine. That illusion had some of the power of those during the battle between the matriarch and the high priestess of the blissful temple. Is Xie Yan really only at the 9th layer of the acquired realm? If I hadn't leaned against the railing, I'd have been humiliated. The divine impact of Zen was completely unresponsive. I'm pretty much powerless to resist such an attack at the spiritual level. Branch Master, the true heavenly mantra of the primordial god, can be restrained and released at will. It won't affect the innocent under control. That bastard Xie Yan must have done it on purpose. He's trying to hammer us. Ji Changwu is still trying to incite me with his remarks. But he's right. Xie Yan was deliberately trying to intimidate everyone, including me, with the intensity of that move. I've always been benevolent to others, but I'm not so honest that I'd greet someone with a broad smile who's dropped in to bully me. My apologies, everyone, but I'm new to the true heavenly mantra of the primordial god. And I lost the hang of it for a short while, so it affected those of you who were uninvolved. Not at all. Young Lord Ji fought very well. As expected of young Lord Ji, the damage is much less than I anticipated. It's young Lord Ji, after all. Young Lord Ji. Brother Yuntao is truly amazing. In terms of martial arts, you're able to vanquish vile fiends with a flick of your hand. And in terms of writing, you're able to pen down romance. I'm able to pen down romance. What does Branch Master Xie mean by that? Don't try to hide it, Brother Yuntao. When I was in Jiangling, I had the pleasure of reading a few of Deja Vu's romance novels. Isn't there a rumor on the streets that this Deja Vu is Brother Yuntao? I've long admired your striking literary talent. I've heard about this Deja Vu who writes romance novels. There's indeed a rumor that Deja Vu is Xie Yan from the Tai Shen sect. Young Lord Ji absolutely hates it when people mention this rumor. Is Branch Master Xie from the Moqing sect trying to pick a fight with him? Branch Master Xie, there's no need to discuss these hearsay rumors. What Junior Martial Sister Xie said is very true. You overexerted your mind using the Celestial Intuition Sword technique tonight, so why do we have to take trouble discussing this further? I'd rather see you off early to get some rest. Thank you for your trouble, Elder Martial Brother Ji. We'll take our leave, gentlemen. I won't bother to see you off. A few days later, after the last sour parting, neither any local factions nor Xie Yan have made any moves. The branch is being managed neatly with Ji Changwu's help. I underestimated him before. But without Ji Changwu's help, I wouldn't have figured out the situation of the branch so quickly. Damn it, his power has gone up again. He's good at everything, but is too obsessed with Xie Yan. If Xie Yan had a system, he would probably receive origin points from Ji Changwu 24 hours a day. Ji Changwu can be useful, but if I want to completely bring him under control, Xie Yan can't be a hurdle for him to stride over. Xie Yan is Xie Yan's fangirl and runs over to his residence every day. Luckily, she's not in charge of the branch, otherwise she would have sent all the forces in Cufeng out to win Xie Yan's favor. Love makes women dumb. Xie Yan has completely forgot that she was sent by the Great Elder to keep me in balance. Casting aside these two inner worries, the situation isn't optimistic by any stretch. The attitude of the local factions is neither hostile nor friendly, and they have always been respectful toward me, with no obvious intention to oppose me, but they're no longer as obedient as they were when Wei Rodeo presided over them. It won't be long before the annual Jiangnan meeting where every year they divide up the proceeds. In the past, the largest share in Cufeng has gone to the Moqing sect, but I'm afraid this year, Xie Yan and Xie Daoyun have been staying in Cufeng all this time, and I don't know what their purpose is. The city of Cufeng appears to be calm and peaceful, but in reality, there's rather a bit of sense of movement brewing in the background. There's really no quick way to overcome the situation for a while. Might isn't equal to people after all. Since there's nothing else to do right now, I'd better go to another small world and harvest some suckers. It's really slow to gather origin points in the main world. I've only gone up about 400 points since returning from the world of Kun Xiong, and it's not nearly enough to upgrade the Finger of Flowery Swords to level 4. The random world finder has found the world of Tongling. To travel to this world, 500 origin points will be spent. 500, why did it go up so much? It was only 50 origin points before. System, what's going on? This is extortion. Activating the realm travel function, Calculating route. Do you wish to travel to the discovered world of Tongling? Shit, not answering me back. You're being awfully reserved. If I exclude the possibility of the system inflating prices from the previous rounds of traveling, the more origin points spent, the higher the level of the world. Being 500 origin points now indicates that the world of Tongling is much more difficult. And the more difficult it is, the higher the profit I can get, but the greater the consequent risk. But I can always choose to return, so at most I'll go bankrupt, but not die. I'm in. 500 origin points have been used. Realm travel function activated. World of Tongling, the only son of the Xie group, Xie Yan, soul replacement succeeded. Look at this outfit, a modern world setting, is it? Then rumor has it that the little girl's resentment has lingered on that doll and never faded away. But what's this all about? Was the original owner having some kind of ghost story rally with this bunch? Yet anyone unlucky enough to see that cursed doll will be hanged without fail. The cursed doll may be prowling our neighborhood right now, looking for its next victim. The performance was pompous, the dialogue was dull, the plot was cliched and the story was terribly told. Thank goodness it was the original owner listening. Memory import, starting. Let's see who the me in this world is first. The original owner is a good-looking child of a nouveau riche family. Both his parents are abroad. He lives alone, is actually quite modest, though not very good at socializing, and a pure and single as fuck virgin whose handsomeness is wasted on him. He doesn't have any enemies nor did he have any special experiences. This world is also a very ordinary modern world. This simple and boring setting actually cost me 500 origin points. Bien Gui. Long Tao. As for the others, they're all members of an outdoor club added by the original owner on a social networking app, and today is the day they decided to go out camping. But this whole camping trip is just a sorority these people came up with in order to date Jiang Xiaolan. Jiang Xiaolan. In other words, the original owner is really just the silly son of a rich family. According to the memory of Jiang Xiaolan's behavior, she's obviously a woman who's unbelievably proficient at making herself irresistible to men and simultaneously an expert at seducing the guys in the entire club. Bien Gui, you're too good at this, I'm a little scared. Leaving the hoe aside for now, why don't I see what the quest is? Loading quest, Lin Feng, the Ghost King, who had been deceased for 1,000 years, has been reborn inside one of his descendants, only to find him destitute, begging for a living and calling a hovel for his home for years on end. On the other hand, the descendants of his former servants are celebrated and lead voluptuous lives. The Ghost King, in his rage, vowed to kill all the servants who betrayed their lord. Issuing quest, exterminate the Ghost King, Lin Feng, within half a year. During that time don't leave the city of Xiaoshui, or else the quest fails. Upon completion of the quest, you can return with all the power you've gained in this world, otherwise you'll get nothing. What the devil? Why does the setting for this quest look so stupid? System, you're getting more and more amusing. Wasn't it Lu Ren who was going to tell one next? Hey, didn't he say he was going to the toilet? Why isn't he back yet? Usually, I possess either a victim or a villain, never a character who has nothing to do with the story. Perhaps I'm one of those servant descendants who's waiting to be killed by the Ghost King. What's that sound? But in the original owner's memory, there's nothing about any ghosts or gods in this world. It's very odd. Pant, it hurts. It really hurts. It can't be. It's Lu Ren. The ghost doll from the story. Xie Yan, You dodged. Why'd you fall down? Xie Yan. Xiaolan fell down. Hey, turn on the lights. Come on, get the medical kit, her knees are bleeding. Xiaolan, are you okay? Don't be afraid, it's all props, they're fake. What do you two think you're doing? Acting. What would you have done if someone got hurt because of your antics? Wasn't this your idea? Bien Gui. You, fine, just blame it on me. And you, Xie Yan. I saw it all just now. Xiaolan was about to fall over, but instead of catching her, you dodged. When I saw the quest just now, I got a little excited, but I just happened to encounter this prank, so I subconsciously prepared to fight using the finger of flowery swords. Fortunately, I've just entered this world and haven't had time to retrain my martial arts, or else I would have accidentally killed someone. I have something else to do, so I'll be going. I'd better go home and check my family tree to see if one of my ancestors' names was Lin Feng. I must get a thorough understanding of the entire context. What do you mean you're leaving already? Just forget about him. It's more important to check up on Xiaolan's injury. They're all really diehard fans of that hoe, but someone's missing. Looks like fellow classmate Bian Gui doesn't like Jiang Xiaolan that much. Thanks so much for the origin points. Xie Yan just went up and left. What the hell is up with that? Let's beat it too. Xiaolan, want to go for a spin with me? I brought my family's BMW X12 today. I've got stuff to do tomorrow, so forget about the ride. Isn't Xie Yan usually so coy, but how come his expression looked so manly just now? But I'd like you to take me home later, Long Tao. I don't know how many times he's bragged about his BMW, but he's nothing compared to Xie Yan. I found out by accident that his family is filthy rich and his looks. I've definitely got to get my hands on him. Xiaolan, I drove my car here too. Get in my car. You're not afraid of upsetting Xiaolan with that beat-up car of yours? It's been a long time since I've driven a car. It's a good thing there aren't many people on the road this late at night, so I can let myself go. I was in such a trance that I almost thought I was back on Earth. Having traveled through several worlds, modern civilization remains my favorite indeed. But this time, in addition to limiting the geographical scope, the system has given half a year for the quest, so it seems that the difficulty isn't small. As one would expect of a world worth 500 origin points, the difficulty is certainly high. Was that a hallucination, or a ghost? What a pain, there are really ghosts. I've only fought people, not these things. Meanwhile, what was that just now? It was gone in a flash, probably just a bat. Don't be scared, Xiaolan. But, there really was some kind of shadow floating across the front of the car. The ritual has been completed. Now, it's time to reap the harvest to the fullest. One day later. First. 2 days later. Someone fell off the building. Look on the 26th floor, the balcony railing is broken. What shoddy construction. Second. Xie Yan's house. I purposely went through the family tree, and even called the original owner's parents who are on vacation overseas, but got no clues, and was scolded for staying up late reading online blogs. But after googling the name Lin Feng, I must say, what a name for a main character. The god of war Lin Feng returned home only to find out that his fiancée was unjustly sent to her grave. At his command, 100,000 retired officers and soldiers raced to his side and shouted, "Tiger General, please lead us once more." Lin Feng, who's living at his wife's parents' house, is looked down upon with contempt by his mother-in-law and deemed to be a parasite, but to everyone's surprise, the country's richest and most influential men kneel down at his sight and call him Lord Lin. These are all some kind of gibberish novels. Forget it, let me just keep practicing the divine impact of Zen. When you're just off the boat, getting yourself a reflective armor is the way to go. Sigh, every time I cross over, except for the finger of Nirvana, I have to practice all my martial arts again, which is a complete waste of both my energy and origin points. System, can't you be a little bit more humane? Skill Mastery, Yang Strengthening Method. Current level, 2. Skill Mastery, Fist of God. Current level, 4. Skill Mastery, Ultimate Demonic Bliss Technique. Current level 6. Skill Mastery, Divine Impact of Zen. Current level 6. Skill Mastery, Finger of Flowery Swords. Current level 3. Skill Mastery, Finger of Nirvana. Current level 3. Current effect, can cure all injuries and diseases in low-level worlds, completely restores people to their peak state, its effectiveness weakens in middle and high-level worlds. Once my break is over, I'll go back to my room and grind all night, to practice Divine Impact of Zen up to the entry level. The Divine Impact of Zen is a fusion of skills, so its practice is vastly different from the Heavenly Guard, but I've finally managed to reach the entry level. System panel, come out. Upgrade the divine impact of Zen over the level cap. The original owner is just an ordinary person, so the tempering of the flesh by martial arts is even more severe, but his endurance is so poor that I feel even more bloated now than when I first upgraded the Heavenly Guard. I feel like I'm pregnant with octuplets at least. However, the divine impact of Zen actually requires 240 origin points to go over the level cap, 100 more than needed for the Heavenly Guard. As expected of a fused skill, it's more expensive. I've advanced to the third layer of the acquired realm. Finally, I have some self-protection. There aren't many origin points left, but in a modern world, it won't be hard to harvest them, so I just need to think of a quick and easy way to do it. The thunder strikes, the cultivator's trial is most divine, the pure gold hammer is a sight to behold. The brilliant aura is let loose, the arcane flames are invoked, the menacing highest heaven sword is born. What the hell is this phone ringing? I'll have to change it later. Jiang Xiaolan's calling. I want to see you, come right away, otherwise, I'll kill myself. When and where? Something's wrong, she's got a very panicked tone. No, one could even say it's fear. 1 hour later. So handsome, come on, take some more shots. You can't turn on your phone's beauty cam app yet, otherwise the photo will get distorted. He's so good looking that beauty cam doesn't even know how to feminize him. I've met a few girls in my past life who've coerced me with suicide in an attempt to date me. But the Jiang Xiaolan in the original owner's memory isn't a character who would do such a thing. But I haven't been able to find any clues related to the quest, so anyone or anything suspicious is worth seeing. Xie Yan, I'm here. That's his girlfriend. You can't be serious, that girl is as scary as a ghost. He won't let me go, he just won't leave me alone. Long Tao is dead, and Lu Ren is too, it's my turn next. They're both dead. I don't want to die, I just don't want to die. Xie Yan, help me. I heard him say that if I kill you, I can atone for my sins. I don't want to die. Xie Yan, die in my stead. Who's this guy you're talking about? I don't know, I just don't know. Xie Yan, why won't you just drop dead? I'll kill you. Jiang Xiaolan, calm down a bit. Something bad has happened. Why did that big piece of glass suddenly fall down? Over there. With my divine impact of Zen, what could a physical attack like this do to me? However, I couldn't protect Jiang Xiaolan. She was in such a panic that she fell onto the shattered glass and it pierced her through her heart. Someone's dead, call the police. Blood. Ordinary people's bodies are so fragile that not even the finger of Nirvana can save her now. So useless. In that case, the third one is Jiang Xiaolan. Who's talking? Xie Yan, you're the last one, look forward to tomorrow. Playing mystery, but I already know who you are. Origin points obtained Cavaris, 0.01 points Bien Gui's ghost. It's Bien Gui, and he's turned into a ghost. 3 hours later. Mr. Xie, the police have determined that it was an accident, thank you for your cooperation. It's our duty as good citizens to cooperate with the police. I finally managed to straighten things out with the police, I'm a VITM too. 0.00001 points, looks like the ghost left, TCH, though it didn't stay long, that guy is literally an origin point perpetual machine, it's been really awesome getting spammed by it every now and then for the past few hours. Although I'm not sure what's the relationship between Bien Gui and Lin Feng, the Ghost King from the quest, and why it attacked me, its emotion towards me is avarice, not hatred. So I must have something that it desires. Night. In a sudden accident that occurred downtown, the glass curtain wall of a building fell off, killing a woman surnamed Jiang on the spot. The news that Jiang Xiaolan, Long Tao and Lu Ren had died in an accident soon made the headlines. According to the original owner's memory, the founder of the outdoor club was Bien Gui. And all of the victims were roped in after getting acquainted with him. Too bad I couldn't find any details about him. This Bien Gui is very mysterious. It's midnight, according to Bien Gui, he should be here by now. Here he is, right on schedule. Hey, brother Bien Gui, can you hear me? If you can, just, meow. I'm the only one in the whole house right now. So if there's any problem, can't we settle it face to face? Well, if he can hear me, then we can communicate. As a descendant of a servant who betrayed their master, you can even sense me, so you're indeed the most special one. I guess I was right to save you for last. No matter where you are, just by looking at my face, you can tell that I'm pretty special. Is there anyone this handsome? My hunch was right, this guy is definitely the target of my quest, but shouldn't his name be Lin Feng? So why is his name Bien Gue? The quest prompt showed that Lin Feng was reborn inside one of his descendants. Maybe Bien Gue is his descendant. I need to pry as much information as possible from it. Brother, what era do you think we're living in? There's no such thing as masters or servants, except when it comes to kinky activities. But now that you mentioned it, I have to ask, are all those who died descendants of servants who betrayed their master like me? Brother, speak up. Since a high-altitude falling object won't kill you, how about a natural gas explosion? Is that the smell of natural gas? I was trying to scoop some information out of you, but I didn't expect. You were stalling for time, waiting for the gas to leak all over my house. Still, you wanted to kill me with this type of minor mishap. Find a nuclear bomb and drop it on my head if you have the guts. But seeing as you can only play these little accidents, I know that your ability is limited to these plebeian tactics. How impudent! He's spamming me so intensely, it looks like what I just said was very provocative. You're just a mere servant, how dare you? You're a wandering soul, yet you dare manifest your true form. Go back to the netherworld. As expected, the power system in this world is really different. My punch can pulverize hard objects. Is that what you were counting on? How could I be hurt by a martial artist's moves? It didn't do any damage to it. TCH, hitting a ghost with a physical attack really is useless. Struggle, the more you struggle, the more you fear, the more you will nourish me. This is your fate as a descendant of the Xie family. It escaped. It must be restricted to one accident a day, otherwise it would have continued to haunt me. However, let alone fighting, if it didn't manifest itself, I wouldn't have even been able to see it, so I would have just been pummeled one-sidedly, which isn't cool. There's no reason to be on guard every day, but if there are ghosts in this world, then there must be ghost hunters. In the next few days, Bien Gue would appear by my side from time to time, causing all sorts of unexpected accidents in an attempt to dispose of me. Of course, to me, who's mastered the divine impact of Zen, this was basically just fluff. However, his intrusions made it impossible for me to find girls to practice the finger of flowery swords with. The good news is that days like this should be coming to an end soon. The Ghost Hunter Grandmaster I asked the Xie family's butler, Lao Guan, to hire has finally arrived, and I must say, it's really nice to have money, since I can do anything I want. Xie Yan's new villa. Feng Shui Grandmaster Black Dragon King Shingun. Grandmaster Shingun took the trouble of traveling such a long way to come to our aid. We're truly most grateful, please come on in. Butler Lao Guan. The Black Dragon King's disciple by Meng. No unconcerned individuals should be present during my master's intervention, except for the victim. Anyone else should leave immediately. The Grandmaster has come from afar, so someone has to entertain him. And it wouldn't be very proper to leave the young master alone. Commoners who don't understand the power and taboos of us cultivators shouldn't think that they can negotiate terms with us. After all, this is just a business deal for us. But for you, it's a matter of total annihilation. Well, forgive him, Grandmaster, but Lao Guan meant no ill will. After all, I've been surprisingly lucky to be haunted and yet managing to avert all peril. My butler is concerned about the situation, too, yet overly so, and wants to personally witness me out of this plight. Young man, are you questioning me? I wouldn't dare, it's just that the Grandmaster's disciples said this is business, so you should naturally show some sincerity. Otherwise how can we trust the Grandmaster? The attitude of this pair of master and pupil is very domineering, but I don't know if they have the kind of real capability I want. Innate energy, no, it's just plain wind. Still, there seems to be something wrapped around me. And it's alive. How about that? Young man. Young master, are you all right? My guardian spirit just gave you a greeting, I hope it didn't scare you. Lao Guan, take the others to the hotel, no one is to be left here except me, the Grand Master and his disciple. I understand, take care, young master. Surely the Grand Master jests, we've been standing outside for this long, so we'd better go inside. A guardian spirit, is it some kind of spiritual being? I couldn't see it at all, so I suppose it's similar to a ghost. Excellent, there are other supernatural powers in this world besides ghosts, but I wonder if I can learn them. The Grand Master should be aware that I almost died in an accident triggered by a ghost. Although I miraculously survived, I don't know when the ghost will return. So I hope you can help me out of my dire misery. No problem, I'll cast a spell to help you see the ghost coming. Master, why did the beads crack? This has never happened before. Could it be that the ghost that plagues this house is a wraith? Will K-Wei be able to stand up against it? A huge 10 million deal like this is hard to come by. The ghost isn't even here right now anyway, so let's put on a show, get the money and scram. Grandmaster, something wrong? Nothing, I was just discussing the details about the ghost hunt with my disciple. Young man, your situation is beyond my expectations. I'll have to pay a much higher price to save you. As for the reward, triple it. No sweat. Master, he's fucking loaded. Do you think I should just throw myself at him? It's always been your disciple's dream to marry a rich man. Stop fooling around, we'll talk after the act. You too, be a little more reliable, will you? If you can't, I'll make you cough up 30 times more than the amount you took from me. I may not be able to beat up ghosts, but I'm quite familiar with beating up people. I admire straightforward men such as yourself. We'll start the ghost hunt immediately. Young man, stand back. If you notice any unusual activity, don't panic. Disciple, come swiftly to uphold the Buddhist teachings on behalf of your master. Coming. I have checked with my yin and yang eyes, and there are no evil spirits in this house. So the cracking of the beads must have been triggered by the negative energy and resentment attached to the young man. Almighty Heavenly Dragon, venerable guardian of the earth. Wise Buddhas, wise seekers of enlightenment. Anyway, we've already swindled him out of his money, so we'll just fool around and scram. If we really helped him hunt an evil spirit such as this one, it would take ages to replenish our spiritual power. You're still here, malevolent spirit, you're really looking down on me. Master, I'll give you a hand. The more I see, the more unreliable they get. Bien Gue is here. Master, what strong negative energy. Keep your guard up. Master, it's up there, it's coming straight at us. How troublesome, couldn't this wraith come back after we'd left? Now we can't leave even if we want to. I'm going to use my true abilities. Be careful, disciple. Obey at once, Lord Flood Dragon Kwei, listen to my summons. The Grandmaster's demeanor has completely changed. He's practically a different person than before. It seems he's finally showing his true abilities. I still can't see anything. Is he in the middle of fighting? I don't have yin and yang eyes, so I can only watch them trade blows in thin air. Shamans. Master, the ghost spoke. Damn it, this wraith is even sentient. It'll be very hard to deal with it, but Kwei won't be. It's really a flood dragon guardian spirit. What a pleasant surprise. That easy, to deal with, either. Kwei, it's actually devouring my guardian spirit. Among the guardian spirits, dragons are the top class. Even if this is only a flood dragon, its power is still exceptional. Too bad you don't know how to use it, and since you can't unleash its power, it'll be better off inside my belly restoring my strength. Are you alright, Master? Shit, how could there be such a strong wraith? Kwei was slain in a single blow. Locking ghost energy. As long as a shaman lives, his guardian spirit shall not perish. The flood dragon spirit is inside you. Only if you die can I devour it whole. This isn't good, I'm being locked. I can't die. In that case, I'll have to sacrifice you, disciple. Master, what are you doing? Transfer. It worked. It doesn't matter if my life gets shortened by using that secret technique, or if my disciple dies. As long as I live, I can get them all back again, so it's fine. A futile struggle. Death is the only place you can go to. Am I going to die? In 1,000 years, shamans have surprisingly been reduced to such shameful wretches. That being so, disappear from history once and for all. I still haven't found a rich, handsome young guy to fall in love with yet. I haven't even saved up enough money in my piggy bank. I don't want to die. You're fucking tearing down my house again, and even murdering people right in front of me. Bien gue, you mongrel, can't you play any other stunts? This sucker isn't an ordinary person. Other stunts, perfect timing. Having regained some of my power, let me open your eyes. You backstabbing lowly slave. No, the wraith has possessed him. Then rumor has it that the little girl's resentment has lingered on that doll and never faded away. What's going on? Did I go back to square one? Yet anyone unlucky enough to see that cursed doll will be hanged without fail. I can smell the candles burning, and these people look real. So did I go back in time, or did I fall into a dreamland? Bien gue, you're too good at this. I'm a little scared. Let me get out of here and have a look. Wasn't it Lu Ren who was going to tell one next? Hey, didn't he say he was going to the toilet? Why isn't he back yet? Xie Yan, why are you leaving? You haven't even gotten to your scene yet. The game hasn't even started yet, so how can the main character leave the stage? Brother Bien gue, so it's really you who has been screwing around. The ancestors of the Xie family had to respectfully address me as master whenever they saw me, so as their descendant, you, Xie Yan, are being far too presumptuous. Big bro, slavery's been dead for centuries, can't you just rest in peace underground? Besides, wouldn't you say that guy's name is Lin Feng? Isn't your name Bien gue? Bien gue is Lin Feng, but Lin Feng is not Bien gue. The hell, can't you be more specific? One can't speak of such things with beings who have such a narrow worldview. Originally, you were meant to be the last sacrifice, and had no choice but to die. Yet that flood dragon guardian spirit just now was of great benefit to me, and your existence is no longer crucial, so I mercifully changed my mind. Xie Yan, your body and soul are very special. I can give you a chance to submit to my rule anew. Sleep if you've got nothing better to do. You can dream of anything you want there. Bien gue, oh, bien gue, if you have the ability, then just do it. Who do you think you can scare with all this crap? This is the abyss of nightmares, the place where souls plunge into oblivion, where ordinary people can only completely fall into depravity, but you've managed to stay lucid, which is very impressive. I'm becoming more and more interested in you. Too bad, I'm not interested in you in the least. I'll kill you, son of a bitch. It's no use, as I told you, this is the abyss of nightmares. No matter how strong your body may be, it has no significance here. The abyss of nightmares has its own playing rules, so if you won't submit your allegiance, then simply plummet into depravity here. You'll be consumed by a nightmare of fear, until you fully expire. In fact, you're already being eaten away without even knowing it. Audacious fiend, I'll expose your true colors. Manifestation technique. What? How is this possible? Is this my spirit body? I used the finger of nirvana in line with the idea of keep trying everything even in the most desperate of situations, but I never imagined it would really work. You were even able to abolish the nightmare of fear. Don't tell me you're a shaman too. No, that's not right. There was no fluctuation of spirit energy in that finger, so how the hell did this happen? It seems like I'm feeling the presence of my physical body. Have I returned to reality? Hey, why is the ground so bouncy? Could it be that the finger of nirvana didn't work, and I'm still in the abyss of nightmares? So heavy, I can't breathe. It's the Grandmaster's disciple. She's not dead yet. It looks like she's still breathing. Your soul is stronger than I ever imagined. You are actually able to return to your body. That's just how cool I am. You have a problem with that. So be it. Since I devoured that flood dragon spirit, I'll need time to digest it. I hope you'll still be as cocky as you are today in 3 months. That bastard's on the run again. Pant. The one I duped. Did you get killed by the ghost too? Where is this? The netherworld. It's really nice to have the company of a handsome man on the way to hell. I can't let her die, or there'll be no way to learn about the supernatural powers of this world known as Tongling. Wasn't she hit with something called locking ghost energy? Excellent. The finger of Nirvana is working. I knew I should have had a good time while I was alive. I was even blessed with a pair of big tits, but I died without doing anything. Such a waste. I say, miss, do you even know what nonsense you're rambling on about? I'm not dead. You were meant to have died, but I'm a martial artist, and I know a healing technique that saved your life. The ghost energy is gone, I'm not missing any parts, and I still have my boobs. I'm really not dead. Benefactor, I have nothing of value to repay for your grace of saving my life, so I have no choice but to toil like a beast of burden in my next life. In your next life, dream on, you'll repay me in this one. But I'm broke. Who wants your money? Am I short on it? Here's the deal, if you're willing to be my personal shaman advisor, and do your best to meet my needs, not only will you repay the favor, but I'll also give you half of my fortune. Deal. Sorry, I was so excited I almost forgot the main issue. What's wrong? Half a fortune is a lot of money. Wait, did you find something out? Benefactor, I have some unfortunate news for you. The lifespan of your soul is running out. Your death is not far. Hey, girl, don't be an alarmist. Are you trying to get more money? I'm not. Listen to my explanation. To tell you the truth, I was born with yin and yang eyes. Not only can I see ghosts, but I can also see changes in a person's lifespan. When I first came here, I realized that something wasn't quite right with you, that there was a serious mismatch between the lifespan of your body and that of your soul, and that the life expectancy of your soul was far lower than that of your body. When you used that healing technique on me just now, I seem to have seen the lifespan of the benefactor's soul suddenly decrease by a fraction. Didn't you see that wrong? I can't say for sure what I felt while I was half awake. If you use that technique on me again, I'll infuse my spiritual energy into my eyes, and take a careful look at you. Sure enough, I was right. Who taught you this technique? I clearly saw that when you used it, the lifespan of your soul was visibly shortened by a tiny fraction. This is using the lifespan of your soul to heal other people's wounds. And it faintly contains the utter compassion of, if I don't go to hell, who will? How much lifespan does my soul have left? Just give it to me straight, I can handle it. Utter compassion my ass. I previously thought the finger of Nirvana would heal my body and recover my energy without using up anything. There's no question it's a secret immortal method, so how could I know it was actually such an ungodly thing? It's the lifespan of my soul that's being used, which means it's not the body in this world, but me that's really going to die. Originally, the lifespan of the benefactor's soul was 120 years, but now, it only has 1 year left. The first time you treated me, you spent almost half a year of lifespan. The second time, when I was lightly wounded, you only spent 3 days, so the cost of this technique ought to depend on the severity of the other party's injuries. Benefactor, just how many times have you used it? How many times have I used it? I have no frickin' clue either. I even used the finger of Nirvana for plastic surgery, to extract a confession. I've been fucking killing myself this entire time. Alas, if there was a way for you to have a few more years, you could have tried to become a shaman. As long as your talent was high enough to summon a mature guardian spirit, you could have been able to nourish your soul to increase its longevity. How does one become a shaman? With only 1 year of lifespan left, it'd be too late even if you started practicing tomorrow. Just help me out and don't worry about anything else. If it can be practiced, that means it's a skill of some sort. As long as it's a skill, I can learn the basics and use origin points to upgrade it to the max level. Benefactor, you have no idea that to become a shaman, it costs a lot of money and materials. And cultivating a guardian spirit to maturity within a year isn't something a normal shaman can do. You would have to be an unbelievable genius. Rather than squandering your wealth in vain, why don't we pledge ourselves to each other, get the marriage certificate together, and enjoy some happiness before the benefactor's demise? You're delusional, you think you'd just conveniently inherit my possessions when I died. Ding, you have received 50 million in your account. 50 million. Here's some payment in advance. If it's not enough, I'll give you more. A problem that can be solved with money is no problem at all. And since I'm running out of time, it's all the more reason to make every second count. I must become a shaman immediately. Understood, I'll get right on it. My master's ledger, you know. It contains the contacts for sellers of all kinds of materials, so let me get. Masters. I almost forgot that shamans can communicate with the universe by connecting yin and yang. And after death, their bodies can easily become the element for all sorts of evil spirits. Therefore, after the passing of the former shaman, his physical body will be transformed into spiritual energy that will give back to the universe, under a religious ceremony for the deceased carried out by his successors. Your master used you as a scapegoat, but you still care what happens to him after death. If I don't, it would be more annoying, since he would turn into a zombie or something of the sort. Even though he wasn't very nice to me. For all it's worth, we were still master and disciple, so I have to see him off on his final journey. Be a good man in your next life, master. Greedy as hell, but essentially, still a girl that has some standards. In this way, Bai Mengmeng started to spend money in various ways to collect natural treasures for me. This South Sea blood jade has a base price of 2 million. Do I have any bidders? No more bargaining. 1.5 million. Who else would want this piece of junk but me? The lady benefactor has generously donated 300,000. May the Buddha bless you. You're too kind. I just want to ask for some incense. Catch that cat burglar. You can't forcibly buy what our ancestors left behind. Your family doesn't even make pills anymore, so you might as well sell the Zhengyuan cauldron. I've left you 3 million in cash. Yin tortoise shell. Primordial yang egg. Leather. A few days later, Xie Yan's new villa. This is the progenitor of the mysterious Yin decoction, which can help ordinary people comprehend how to communicate with spirits. Help yourself while it's hot. Bankroller, benefactor, take off your clothes and take a dip inside, then I'll recite the incantation for you and that will be it. You didn't just buy a bunch of random stuff to fool me and try to make off with my money, did you? What are you talking about? I even had to raise money out of my own pocket to make ends meet. All of them are of the highest quality, so I can guarantee you won't die a grisly death if it fails, and don't forget about my reimbursement. There's even the possibility of failure. Shamans are inherently unorthodox beings, so, of course, they wouldn't just succeed so casually. One can only depend on talent, luck, and character, nothing else. That looks disgusting, but time is running out, so I have to give it a try. Let's hope it doesn't fail. It's no big deal to lose some money, but who knows when that bastard Bien Gue will stage a comeback. It might not be necessarily true that he'll come back in 3 months, but if he does come after me again, I won't be able to do anything. Origin points obtained joy, 0.01 points by Mengmeng. Hehe, abs. Hurry up and take them off, get in there when you do. Turn around and wait until I get inside before turning back. I have to watch you so nothing bad happens to you. Half my fortune. I'll turn right away. It looks very creepy, but it's quite comfortable to bathe in. Bai Mengmeng appears to be rather reliable. At the time when the Lord of Divinities and its treasures preached his scriptures. The Lord of Salration, who is omnipresent throughout the whole universe, rescued all living beings from the path of ignorance with his mighty and divine power. My body is heating up, it's starting to take effect. Yet all beings are unaware of it as if they were blind to the world around them. The Aroroid is my dwelling, the reach of my mercy is unlimited. Bai Mengmeng. Once the auspicious clouds opened the gates of life and the propitious smoke clogged the house of the dead. As the universe came into being out of the 3 energies, he who grasps them will obtain the key to Kray. To Kray. Hey, how do you read the next word? Forget it, just skip it. Holy shit, what the hell is wrong with you, sis? The fuck is going on? My head suddenly hurts like it's gonna explode. My will exempts all sins, delivers the masses from all calamity. But in between the pain, there's a vague feeling that the yin-tang point between my eyebrows seems to be connected to something in the spirit world. And that thing is coming out. And once they're ascended the endless path to the land of immortals, all will naturally be pure. We did it, benefactor, you're a shaman now. Is that the guardian spirit that was spawned from my head? Why does it look like a dumpling? Not quite, it's just an embryo of a guardian spirit that hasn't hatched yet. Alas, like me, the benefactor isn't talented enough to summon a full guardian spirit in a single step. This embryo will need to be closely nurtured by you for at least more than a year before it can hatch. Even though you're now a shaman and can open your yin and yang eyes to see and track ghosts, without a mature guardian spirit, you can't increase the longevity of your soul. That's not necessarily so. Skill mastery, spiritual nourishment from reality technique. Current level, 0. Current effect, a special spirit embryo split from the very soul. It acts as an intermediary between that which is and that which is not, granting the practitioner the boon of spiritual sight. Great, if it's a skill and it has a plus sign, then I can fucking pay to win the shit out this thing.